Okay, so now we're live on YouTube. Let me share my screen. Live on YouTube now. Okay, Daniel can hear me clearly. Maybe the sound is from his side. Yeah, so okie dokie, let's begin. Let's kick it off. Good evening, and you're welcome to Dear Analyst. Dear Analyst is the All Things webinar for data science, big data, machine learning, and AI. And today is episode 50. I will tell you, I'm really, really excited. Myself and my team had to just actually go through the numbers again and just to confirm. Last week Thursday was actually episode 49. Well, this episode is episode 50. I will tell you, I'm so excited, so happy. 50 episodes so far. We've been just going from better to better. I've learned so many lessons and we'll just keep moving forward. Episode 50 is it's a big thing for me. I will not lie you. 50 episode talking about data analytics. So we started with transition. From transition series, we went to expectation, what to expect at work. Transition series was how persons actually transition into the industry. From transition, we went to expectation series, what to expect at work. Either you're a consultant, you have a day job as an analyst, or you have a role that actually needs it actually to work as an analyst, analyzing data and the likes. From there, we then went to NDAs, which is non-disclosure agreements. From non-disclosure agreement, we went to data governance, whereby it was just with lawyers. And from data governance, we went to then we then broke out into rules of engagement, and then also having um, live labs where we actually learn hard skills. So the last two series that run side by side, Tuesdays and Thursdays, are just all about the hard skills, the hard skills, the hard skills. One is the programming side, while the other one is the soft part of the hard skills. Let me use that word like that. So today we're starting a new series under rules of engagement. We're calling it report writing. We're calling it report writing, report writing. So we still have a whole lot of things just coming up under the analyst. E.g., we are branding it right now. We're actually rebranding. Don't let me say we're branding because we just did a bit of brand right now. We're branding it, to repackage it, push it out there. You get all of our audios. We're working on everything. Hopefully this September, everything should be out on Anchor FM, should be out on YouTube, a whole lot of things just to ensure that persons can get these resources and listen to it, not just get it, but for legacy sakes. You get for legacy sake. So today we're going straight to reporting. So let me go straight to slideshow and then next slide. So today we're actually going to we're talking about writing an informative data analysis report. You have done the visuals, you've done dashboards, you've done everything. The next thing is to actually communicate these things, to actually put writing to it, you get, because you also need to write these things and ensure these things go out, you get, ensure these things go out, that it goes out and whosoever sees it, reads it, and understands what you have actually done. So most of the time, whenever you're writing reports, and I'll tell you the biggest thing with report writing is that you need, as an analyst, you need to know how to take criticisms. You need to know how to take criticism. Yes, for all my early reports I did in 2018, there was a whole lot of criticisms, kept moving forward, kept getting better. 2019, I got criticism. But so far, so good. To God be the glory. I'm not boasting, but I'm still learning. I try as much as tell people that we are all still learning. 2020, I haven't gotten one criticism. It was amazing, wonderful. What you did is great. Telling is this, this, that. But the only criticism we now start getting is that people that now start asking for more storytelling. More storytelling. Can the storytelling be more? Can we just have more storytelling? And I'm like, okay, how long is it? So that's the new kind of criticism I'm getting right now. More storytelling, because to me, I always like storytelling, brief, short, 4, 5 lines. Let's go with our life. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next client. You get, so every data project actually requires findings to be presented in a legible data analysis report. Now, there are actually very few templates out there. I will tell you, there are actually very, very few templates out there. So whenever I see reports like this, I always download. When I just see critical reports, I just rush to download. And something about it is that when some reports are very, very easy to read, some are very hard. You see a report and it's like, okay, so I downloaded a particular report some weeks ago, state of AI report, by, I think it was maybe Red Hat or one of those American agencies. And I'll tell you, the visuals there was just like 15% out of 200 pages. Ha! I'm like, to me, I think reports are quite hard to read if they are not a lot of visuals. So that's why I try as much as possible that we go very heavy for us at Future of Work. We go very heavy of visuals, 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 visuals. And please stay away from putting tables. In a report, why are you putting table? Like, why? It should be a visual, not a table. You get? It should be a visual, not a table. And I'll tell you, it's very challenging to write a report. I'll tell you, it's very challenging. Why? Because the biggest thing is that each report always needs some technicalities to it. E.g., if it's on a different domain, you need to first understand and be strong in that particular domain. You need to understand and be strong in that particular domain in order to actually write that report. You get? So whenever the information is quite easy, then you can then pass it across. You get? Just majorly to pass it across. So strategies that can improve reporting. So number one is research. Go and research that domain. So somebody was doing something in the Dear Analyst Telegram group, and he asked a question saying, he asked a particular question saying a particular column was empty, CTC. Yes, I could relate to it, but immediately he just told me it was HR. I just say you need an HR person, you get? Because no matter what an analyst tells you, it would always be almost wrong or probably even wrong. Only if the analyst has actually dealt with that type of data set before. It is crucial that you understand the domain you're actually working on. So that's why with data analytics or data science or the likes, we always say that domain knowledge is key. There are two things that are very, very key in data science. Number one, your mind, the mind of the analyst. And number two, domain knowledge. Domain knowledge is critical. You cannot overemphasize the part of domain knowledge in data science and data analytics. You cannot overemphasize. You get to number one, research, research, research. Two, understand the domain. Even after researching, you still need some. Now, research is you go and read about this, read about that. Now, after research, you should then have questions. Understanding the domain, go and find somebody you can talk to who works in that particular domain. You get who works in that particular domain. I don't know if you've seen Sports Analytical. I had to sit down with some sport journalists and say, okay, what can we do here? What can we do here? Yes, it's quite similar to what we always do, but they're like, okay, these are some other things you probably need to add to the sport angle. These are some other things you need to add to the sport angle. So if you saw the word cloud, you get the word cloud for each, I think for each player, for each team, you get, that was actually strongly from a sport journalist. He says, see, whenever you are reporting data or reporting or doing a report in sports, when a player is playing against a particular team, try as much as possible to get what the opponents are saying about the player. You get? So I think we did for Neymar. We did something for Neymar. We did something for, can't remember from the top of my head, but I can remember Neymar's on video stood out. The goalkeeper of Bayern Munich. Then who I think we're just actually for three particular players that actually stood out. So for three particular players that actually stood out again. So that is in understanding the domain. The next is please take criticisms. Take criticism. Yeah, that's a very tough one. We're going to deal with it moving forward. So research, there's a wealth of knowledge about technical writing you get. And something about a data analyst, you should also have writing skills. You should also be able to write. So people go hard on the Python. I want to be a Python person, you get. If you cannot write what you have found, all your findings and communicate it, yes, you've done a lot of visuals and the likes. If you cannot write what you have found, then what use is it? Or what use is it? Because at the end of every analysis, for analysis to become analytics, you need reports. You need to put storytelling into it. I'll take it again. For analysis to become analytics, you need report writing. You need storytelling. I'll take it again. For analysis to become analytics, you need to put it together in storytelling, packages as a report. That is when you can now say, okay, this is this and this and this analytics. I hope that's clear. For instance, look for examples online and download them. Yes, templates are critical, templates are crucial. You need to look for templates to get templates. And sometimes you might not actually get a template for the particular domain you're looking for. But just look for any form of template and just learn from this template, learn from the next template, learn from this, and move forward. Now you get armed with this information, you are actually strive to write better. You get with this information, you can then write much more better. Overlook sample reports with a critical eye. You get consider the audience. Now, the critical thing is who are you presenting this report to? Who are you writing the report to? What do you think he will be most interested in? You get, what do you think he'll be most interested in? What do you think will actually help him? And what do you think will engage him and actually help him take a decision? Remember, it must always end in decision taking. If it doesn't end in decision taking, what you're doing is just you're just working for yourself and you're just enjoying yourself. It must end in decision taking. You get, now take criticism. About the criticism thing like that. Whenever people say, oh, you are doing this and so, and I say, I'm still learning this, they think I'm trying to form mobility. There's a whole lot of things I don't even know about this analytics field. So I'm always trying to always ensure I'm reading, I'm watching videos, and I'm also doing give backs, because this is also a very, very good way to give back, just to share my knowledge. Because whenever I share my knowledge, I get feedback, I get pushbacks, I get persons in the industry who say, oh, why? No, what you said this, I did not agree here, I did not agree here. And we then have a conversation and go and read more, and then I can just learn more. So after every episode, I always get feedback from different persons. That's why I try as much as possible to ask for feedback. Some people come and just tell me something to DM, oh, you said this, and this. I actually feel it will have been this, and then have much more better conversations I'd like. So please, criticism is crucial. It is very, very crucial. And the painful thing about criticism, the persons who are criticizing your work, most of the time, might not even know jack about the technical process. Person criticizing your work might not know jack about the technical process. You get the technical process of the data cleaning, all the things you have gone through. So for me, I always appreciate it when I see a statistician criticize my work, when I see an analyst who's been in the industry for years criticize my work. A good example is when my team and I published our first Big Brother Nigeria report. So we did not do a daily analysis. We waited till the second to the last day. We collected all the data we collect, put it together, analyze it, and then pushed it out. You started getting criticism on my LinkedIn, like criticizing. At the time, I felt I wanted to delete it. Yes, as much as some people say, oh, this is brilliant, good stuff you did, so and so and so. I was getting some DMs like, yeah, your work should have been like this, you should have done this, and you could have done this, you could have been better at this place. I'm like, oh boy, why now? I just learned it. Still take criticism and move forward. You get, it is more important to formulate constructive criticism for your own. You get, so yes, just about taking criticism and the like. Now, it's just majorly, now, most of the times when you take criticism, you are taking criticism from somebody who actually paid for the job or needs the job to actually take a decision. So you must know that what you did is also critical to him. You get, that's something I will try as much as possible to share with analysts, that what you did is critical to somebody's life or to somebody's business. You get, so when he's criticizing the work, try as much as possible to listen. That what he's telling you is that I need to take decision, but this is not probably clear enough. I need to take decision, but you have not shown the relationship. You have not shown this, you have not shown that, it's like that. So please,
Hello,
stay away,
Deji.
stay away,
Okay.
stay away, and stay away.
Uh, did we lose you? We can't hear you again, Deji.
And even for encourage first before we then say, okay, this. That is why you see on a journalist group. I'm sorry, I'm back again. I'm sorry, network just went south, but I am back again. Let me share my screen. I hope it didn't break the YouTube stream. Okay, we're back again on YouTube. I pray it does not end the last one and start a new one again. So we still have the content. So I'm sorry, I am back. Okay. Oh, sorry, I was sharing LinkedIn, not sharing, not sharing the PowerPoint slides. Okay. Good. Then the next thing is, okay, you actually getting to know the content. You get knowing the content. Often the best possible approach to a data analytics report. Now, see, initially I was using analysis, but now I switched to analytics reports. Sorry, is to begin with the most important comprehensive information. The most important and comprehensive information, which majorly is your overview. please do not always toy with your overview. The overview is very, very critical. You get, it's very, very critical. The overview is where you give the summary of most of the numbers. E.g., so you have a list of dashboards, maybe 10 dashboards. A report can have 10 dashboards, a report can have 20 dashboards. Yes, a report can have 20 dashboards, a report can have 40 dashboards. Now, a dashboard can have, and I've said it before, a dashboard should have maximum 4 to 5, at worst 5, because you are pushing 5 visuals. But I try as much as possible to keep 4, 3. I try as much as possible to play around with 4, 3. Yes, if you can do 4, 3, yes. Sometimes I push to 5 and the likes. Because number one, visuals, meaning the bar charts, the donut charts, the line graphs, and the likes. Now, once you have the e.g., you put a bar chart, you have a donut chart. I would maybe just try as much as possible just to show a few. But most of my works are always clients and the like. So that's why I try as much as possible to use the Big Brother one to get those are one over public data. Nobody, it's actually my, the content, the data is totally, we are the custodian of the data rather. I don't say the data is mine, but the custodian. So number one, use a bar chart, use a line chart, use a donut chart. Then the next things you are then to use is try as much as possible now to introduce what we call cards. Cards is what we use for numbers. You get cards is what we use for numbers. So you can say total sales, total sales, the total months in view. Try as much as possible to introduce numbers on the dashboard. You get try as much as possible to introduce numbers on the dashboard. Maybe we'll go to one of our past slides and then show a few numbers. You get use a visual and numbers. You get 2, 3 visuals, numbers. 2, 3 visuals, numbers. 2, 3 visuals, numbers, or maybe use 4 visuals, numbers, 4 visuals, numbers. We'll ensure that your dashboard are well sorted with numbers and visuals. You get numbers and visuals, the mixture will actually make it very, very rich to actually consume. You get now? And the next thing is know your audience. I've said it before. The audience actually determines what actually goes out. The audience actually determines what actually goes out. So here, when we were doing the Big Brother Nigeria, this is the first day when we're actually pushing it out, I said, see, it's going to be 1 visual and numbers. 1 visuals and numbers. Why 1 visuals and numbers? 1 visuals and numbers because number one, we are putting it to public. And maybe you are trying to crowd the dashboard or crowd everything and put 2, 3, 4, 5 different visuals inside one dashboard, then it will become more of a puzzle. You will not actually, they will need to first be able to settle down on the visual or on your flyer, on your dashboard, and take time to read it. And I'll tell you, in this generation, people don't have time for those things. You just scroll past, oh, this good, very well, like, retweet, move. You get, for you to actually be able to engage them, the first 3 seconds is crucial. And I've mentioned it not once, not twice on the past episodes in rules of engagement. Understand that your first 3 seconds is very, very crucial. You must be able to pass on a message in the first 3 seconds. If you cannot pass on the message in the first 3 seconds and they are waiting to the next 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, people just pass on. They will not engage in a conversation. They will not engage in a conversation. So when organizing complex information, it is critical to develop a strong outline. You get an outline. However, it is important not to be a slave to structure. Yeah, that is one critical thing I need us to understand. Please do not be a slave to structure. Please try as much as possible to not be a slave to structure. No, it's always like this. No, try as much as to be flexible. You get. Try as much as possible to be flexible because you did it like this on this report. Next report, tweak a little bit, get another level of criticism, get another level of feedback. You get out. But some particular organizations, some particular bosses then tell you, just do this for me and keep repeating it each month. If you are a slave to structure, it will get to a time it will be automated. Your brain cells may then switch off. So you just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over, and you will not be able to actually innovate. You will not be actually able to innovate. So at this point, we then take questions. That's the last slide, and this is the last slide. I'm going to share slide on the group. So please, at this point, we then take questions in case you want to unmute yourself and ask questions. In case you want to type it in the comment section, please go ahead. So please, questions. Shay, you want to ask a question? Paul, you want to ask a question? Oluwatosin, you want to ask a question? Mr. Lumde Akinola, do you want to ask a question? Daniel, go ahead, ask a question. Go ahead, yes, ask a question. Daniel.
All right, you said we should try as much. Can you hear me?
I still can't hear Daniel. Hello, Daniel.
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, you said for slides we should try as much as possible to avoid.
Okay, the first slide. Let me go to the first slide. This slide, right?
Yeah, no, when you said we should yes, you said we should try as much as possible to avoid tables, right, in
Yes.
your presentation, right?
Yeah.
So how do you manage somebody who is in sales and you're trying to project figures, target versus actual, and then percentage achieved? How do you project such and then it looks very nice
Yes.
without having a
Good
table?
question. Now, in a lot of person, not just in sales, finance, people in finance always ask this question a whole lot. So you might need to actually explore a particular visual in Power BI in which we call multiple rows. So there is cards, there is multiple rows. No, there is single cards and there is multiple cards. I can't remember a multiple row card. I think multiple row card. You get it presents a table in a much more better way. You get that it's not just rows and columns. You get it's not just rows and columns. It's how it presents the table like that. It's just that Power BI takes a while to load. I'll have just actually explored it quickly for us, but I'll look for I can just do a screen grab and send to the Telegram group so you see it. You get so there's a particular visual that helps solve the problem of tables. So in case anybody actually knows the name, I can't remember the name from top of my head, but the name actually is about maybe multi-row card or something like that. Multi-row card or something like that. It actually helps to actually solve the issues of you actually using a table in a report. You get? So
All right,
next
thanks.
question, please. I hope I've answered the question well, Daniel.
Thank you. Yes, you have.
Okay. So next
Yes, you have.
question, please. Next person. Fumi or Shinubi, you want to ask the question? Thanks for coming. This is my first time of seeing Fumi or Shinubi. Olubode Olabayole, is this your first time? Okay, so in case you do not have any questions, can we end the session? If you're Lua, thanks for coming. We haven't seen you in the session for a very long time. If thanks for coming. I would then want to then say vote of thanks to everybody, most especially to Abdulaziz Hussein. He's been working on all the slides, like in the beginning, all of the slides. He works on all the slides. He does the design. It was today I just confirmed episode 50, and I'm like, awesome, like really, really awesome stuff we've been doing. Paul, go ahead. Paul, go ahead. Hello, Paul. Go ahead, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good evening. Can you hear me, sir?
I can't hear
Hello,
you,
good
Paul.
evening.
I
Can you hear me?
Paul.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, I
okay.
can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. So, okay, when doing like the reports, let's say you want to put it in form of a dashboard.
Yeah.
Now there are some domains that, how do you reduce bias? Like, how do you control bias? Because I feel the person creating the reports, obviously, there must be some sort of bias. Like, okay, there's this
Yes,
information
beautiful
that
question.
you wouldn't want everybody to see, because you could actually try as much as possible to influence the person that is getting the report with your design. Like you said, sometimes numbers, okay, you choose, like where we talk about number placements from our last class.
Yes.
Could
Using
actually
numbers on the
try
left-hand
to,
side and top.
because of bias. Like, so how do we limit this bias? Like, okay, to reduce it to.
Okay, that's a very, very good and excellent question. How do you actually manage bias? Now, understand something that you are building a report to. I said it earlier, you are building a report to actually help somebody take a decision. So most of the time, you are actually served with a brief. So you have to be brief biased. You get, allow me to use that word. You have to be brief biased. It is what the brief asks for, you then show insights for, and then write a report on what the brief asks for. Why? Because either the client or your boss or your manager wants to take a decision. So yes, when you go into the data, you find out a whole lot of things, a whole lot of this and this and that. So the very first thing is to first answer the brief questions, show the insights that the brief is asking for before you then say, okay, I also think these things will also be then also profitable to show. But most of the time, when clients just see, okay, this is what client is looking for or what your boss is looking for, give it to them. So be brief biased. Yes, I understand a whole lot of analysts, not analysts, machine learning engineers also fight with these things a whole lot. And I say, see, it's what they're asking you to do that you do. Don't now say, oh, because you got into the data, you found this, you found that, then you then change the job. Because once you change the job, they'll ask you, hello, this is not what I want to see. This is actually what I was thinking to see. It is only if what they then send in the brief, because most of the time, I was dealing with a client sometimes early this year, and he was saying that I was going to send the data. I said, as much as they're going to send data and then send me, you must also send a brief. Because you cannot just say you send me data and say I should go and do data analysis. No, you send me a brief. What are you looking for? What should I do? What should I design? What should I cut out of? Because if you get the data without brief, I'll tell you, you have signed up for a lifetime of headache. Because you can keep designing dashboards, doing analysis for the next 1 year, and the person will still say, no, still do more analysis. You get, so the person needs to tell you what they want to see. So for me, as I work as a consultant, and when people send me the data, I'll first charge you for initial EDA, which is initial exploratory data analysis, just to see that, okay, this data you sent can actually answer these questions. Because sometimes people send you data, clients send you data, and then they now send questions. And you see that the questions cannot be answered with the data. Why? The data is inadequate. The data does not have enough variables that can actually answer those questions. You get, so those are very, very critical things. So for bias, you have to be brief bias. Thank you for that question. It's a very, very excellent question.
Oh, thank you very much.
Mr. Olubode Olabayonle, you want to say something?
No, not anything.
I can hear you,
Can
sir.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
No. I said no, I don't have any. Actually, I did my second class.
Please, you need to speak a little bit louder.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello, sir, are you there? I can't even hear him again. Okay, if you could just help type your question in the comment section, we will be glad. Any other question before we then call it a day? Okay, I think I can hear him again. Please, sir, if you could type your question in the comment section, Mr. Olabayonle Olubode, please help type your question in the comment section. So I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who has been coming. Please send your feedback on the Telegram group. Feedback is what has taken us this far. Feedback is what has taken us this far, and I really, really appreciate everybody. I try as much as possible to see that people find value in this 45 minutes, 1 hour that we do on Tuesdays, because Tuesday sessions are shorter, Thursday sessions are longer. And to me, once I know you find value, you will most definitely come back. You would most definitely come back. Okay, I think Mr. Olubode, your audio is way better now. But please help us type the question in the comment section, and then
okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Sir.
Oh, I was saying this is actually my second class. I joined the first class on Thursday with Tony.
Oh, nice. So, okay, that was with Tony. Okay, Tony to the class.
Yes.
On Thursday. I had a speaking engagement.
Yeah. So I really don't have any question. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much. What do you do for a living, sir? What tools do you use?
You said?
What do you do for a living, and what tools do you use?
Also, I'm an engineer. I'm just switching to data science. So for now, beautiful. I'm just a beginner on Python.
Oh, nice. Good stuff. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you found value in today's session. I want to say thank you to everybody once again. Abdulaziz, God bless you big time. Daniel, thank you for coming. As Daniel has made it like this is like his midweek services. He hardly misses it. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you so much. Fumi Oshinibi, thanks so much. Ifeoluwa, thanks so much for coming. I know you are way much more interested in report writing. You get Oluwatoni, thank you so much for also standing in on Thursdays. You get, so we're also looking at actually breaking down Thursdays. So it's not just going to be just Deji taking Thursdays. We have Tony coming take Thursdays. We have Simi coming take Thursdays. You get, we also have Yano and then Aziz to come and take Thursdays. So it's not just about Deji just sharing what he knows. Let other persons also come and also share as well too. Oluwatosin, thank you. Paul, thank you. And Sheyi, thank you so much. It's been an amazing time today. And good night. Today we then have to call it a time. You call it a day today. See you on Thursdays for live labs. Then yes. So it's live on YouTube, so you can always go back and watch more video. Then I'm also thinking of them doing. I did a snippet video. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, yeah. So we'll also be doing some short snippet videos during the week. You get short cuts, short tricks. You should actually learn maybe from Excel, SQL, Power BI, just 3 minutes, something you could just quickly learn and update yourself. So thank you very much and good night. I really, really appreciate you. Good night. Good night, everybody.